Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for Paper Saber University. This is the New World Podcast, brother. We're in London, Ontario. March 30th, 2024. Tony, Nigel, on commentary with Ian Riccaboni. Win! We started off with the Cope Open. Adam Copeland comes out, cuts a promo, says, yeah, every time he does the Cope Open, the championship will be on the line every single time. So he says, who's back there? Who wants to step up? And a huge surprise, Matt Cardona. I was jumping up and down. I bet you Chelsea Green was jumping up and down, but this was awesome, man. This was a match that started the night, and I was watching it at work while I was closing up, locking up doors and stuff like that. And I was in. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, you know. Fun match, and of course, Adam got the win. Nothing but love and respect. But the lights go out, and I was like, oh, Malachi Black, huh? Malachi Black, and I was like, oh, we're gonna start a program with these two, right? Right? But here comes Buddy Matthews, of course. And here comes Mark Briscoe. Here comes Eddie Kingston for the save. And they're all in the ring. And they're like, oh, my God. Oh, and lights go out. And, of course, the House of Black disappear. Lexi's backstage with FTR. They got a big tag team qualifying match in this tournament that's going to go down all the way to Dynasty. They're like, yeah, we want to be the 3-time tag team champions. I'm like, no. I want some new blood. Give me something new with this tag team division. Then we go to Tony Schiavone. He's in the ring. He calls out the Acclaimed, and the Acclaimed basically say, fuck Bullet Club Gold. And Daddy Ass challenges Jay White next week on Dynamite. I would love to see that. I would really love to see that. FTR versus the Infantry. FTR wins. They move on. And I'm like, fuck. If we get Bucks and FTR, I would be like, my pro wrestling brain's going to be like, God damn it. Lexi's with Big Bill and Ricky Starks, and we haven't seen these guys in a while since they lost those tag team championships to Darby and Sting. Yeah, I was like, what are we doing with them? Huh? No, well, we'll see them move on in the tournament, right? Eddie, Adam, Mark, they cut a promo. They're talking about the House of Black, and I was like, all right, let's set up this. This is going to be on Collision. It's going to be on Dynamite. No! It's a triple threat match at Dynasty. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess. Sure. And I know that Mark and Eddie have a Ring of Honor championship match at Super Card of Honor next Friday. But I'm like, well, I don't know. This is just weird booking to me in my mind. Like, I'm all for Mark Briscoe winning that Ring of Honor championship, honoring his family and his brother. But I'm like, how can I, go into that match and be like, oh, I'm rooting for Mark. I got to care about this. Then knowing that they're just going to be buddies tag teaming later on in a couple weeks. Is that just me? Drop those comments below, man. Is that just me? Is that just weird booking that you're going to have a big championship match like Eddie Kingston versus Mark Briscoe? You should be building that match, especially on AEW TV if you want people to watch it. I don't even think you can, I think if I heard it right, because I haven't watched Ring of Honor in a while, if I heard this right, on commentary, they said that the Super Card of Honor is included in the subscription to the app. So you don't pay for it no more. Is that right? I got to check this out because I remember it was like $40 or whatever on Ring of Honor. But now that they're just giving these pay-per-views away, tells me they need the draw. So, but Eddie and Mark is a big match, but it's just weird booking to me. Then in a couple weeks they're gonna tag team. So tell me, drop those comments below, man. Tell me if I'm wrong. Kyle O'Reilly versus JD Drake. It was okay. Kyle got the win, tapped out JD, and of course here comes Undisputed Kingdom, and they're celebrating, and I'm just trying to figure out what is going on with this angle. What are we trying to tell here? Are we trying to get Kyle into the Undisputed Kingdom? Because I think Kyle's okay by himself. That's just me. We got Hobbs and Ospreay next week. Battle of Wills. Fuck. These weird gimmicky things that Tony likes. We could just do Hobbs versus Ospreay. That's cool. And Don on commentary. But no, we have to be clever with it. The Battle of Wills. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, tag team qualifying match. Big Bill, Ricky Starks versus Top Flight. I was like, all right, I'm going for Top Flight on this one. I do like Ricky and Big Bill, but I'm going for Top Flight. And the weirdest fucking ending to a match. Ricky got pinned, and I think he was supposed to kick out, but he didn't kick out, and it was an awkward, like, the ref had to throw his hand, and he jumped off him, and everyone's like, wait, what? No, that should have been a pin, but, and that could have been the finish, because Top Flight wins. And, I don't know, it was just an awkward ending, but Top Flight's moving on, and I was like, okay, if you just watch this match, it's fun. And then that ending to the match is just like, what the fuck? Like, were they supposed to win? Or was Big Bill and Ricky supposed to win? Like, Christopher Daniels promo challenges Malachi Black for Rampage next week. Not even say next week. Yeah, I know they're in Canada. I don't know. This spot is weird. Watch this spot, because Christopher Daniels is like, and Malachi Black, you like to do your things and be all spooky, but you got to get face-to-face with Christopher Daniels on Rampage. And I was like, oh, next week? This past Rampage? Was this placed in wrong? But no, they corrected it later on in the show. Next week, Christopher Daniels and Malachi Black will face each other. Thunder Rosa versus Lady Frost. Poor Lady Frost. Thunder Rosa gets to win. She cuts a promo afterwards, and the camera, she's like, look at, I'm winning. Tony, bitch. But, of course, we go to Renee. She's backstage with Tony Storm, Mariah May, and Luther. I will say this is some good shit from anytime Tony's on the screen, I enjoy it. So much so when she says, you will never sniff this leather. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know why. I thought this was so great. I was like, I've never heard that before. You will never sniff this leather, then sniffs the title itself. I was like, okay. Oh, man. Timeless Tony Storm is timeless indeed, man. We got a Will Ospreay package. We're building up to Bryan Danielson and him at Dynasty. It's going to be crazy, man. Next up, my second match of the night, to be honest, The Righteous and Lance Archer versus Bryan Danielson, Claudio, and Shibata. Oh, fun match, man. It was just a back-and-forth brawl. Shibata is just laying them in. There's some shots that Shibata got, and especially on Lance Archer, I was like, damn! But, of course, Bryan, Claudio, and Shibata get the win. And it was funny, after Shibata gets the pin, on the commentator announcing to the crowd, like, oh, and winner by submission. I was like, what? Hold on. I rewinded. I was like, what did she say? Oh, submission? That's a pinfall. So clearly some stuff that has gone wrong tonight in Collision, especially if you look at the Ricky Starks, Big Bill, Top Flight match. Then she's announcing, like, by submission. I'm like, no, but... all right, man. I got to give this a 3 out of 5. My match of the night is Matt Cardona versus Adam Copeland. That was fucking awesome. Awesome. Second up was The Righteous, Lance Archer versus Bryan Danielson, Claudio, and Shibata. Great stuff. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandma. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet nWp logo created by Penta X. And... drop those comments, man. Drop those comments. Let's talk pro wrestling here, folks. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
It's Matt Cardona. He's always ready. And to those that know Matt, Nigel, he said it in Pro Wrestling Illustrated.